I'm watching how women are developing these women. Now here we have Ronda Rousey and Sarah McMahon. These two girls are fighting real hard. This one is kicking the next one in her solar plexus. The next one's trying to choke the other one or whatever, and they're punching each other hard. Now, why are women doing these women this kind of thing? We've setting up women to fight against women, and traditionally, women have so many things that they have to work on. It's good for them to get along all through the ages, old, young, everybody, because I mean, the life on the road is so complex. They exchange ideas. You know, girl, look, this is what I learned when a child has this problem, or this child had this problem, but I did this and that, and it's overcome now. My husband, he had this erectile dysfunction, and I, got some this and that, and it works now. Increase the nutrition or whatever. This is how you deal with bed bugs. This is how you make this type of food and so on. So they talk from medicine to food to husband relationships to how to instruct young girls in this time and age. I mean, they have so many things they talk about. So now when you're setting women against each other and hate each other, because when you're fighting like that, you hate the other person, you hate the opponent. Whereas women universally should be cooperating. Women, we're kind of stupid and evil. We fight against each other, we kill for no reason or whatever. I mean, sometimes we still talk and this and that and whatever. Women are different. Women, they believe they make life. I'll make a video on this, women making life, but they believe they produce life and they should preserve life. And so my mom, she would advise me, son, I don't want you to fight. And my father saying, man, I gotta teach you how to fight because these guys messing you. You need to take care of business. She's saying no, because when he go and he beat somebody down, it's gonna be my problem. You're not here. They're gonna come and they're gonna harass me here while I'm home and yeah. And so when you find women now are fighting like that, they're developing a kind of experience and skill that is brutal, and they're removing themselves from, I use this word like slavery. They're ameliorating themselves from the normal experiences that womanhood requires. Because you see, I mean, people can tell me, well, she's a woman and this and that. These things are not, I mean, she's born with woman stuff, but she has to be acculturated. These big scavenging dogs out there, they have to suckle from the mom and get the antibodies she had and which she got from her parents who had been sick and overcome these things, and then eventually she has this big immunity. She could eat a wide range of garbage. Although she's a scavenger, you know, she go there and eat one of these puppy by the store, go there and eat, they're gonna die from eating the stuff out there because, or cost you a whole bunch of medical bills because it doesn't have the immunity. And so womanhood, when she go lifting weights, she driving a big truck and she talking about she went to Vietnam and she killed up a couple of Viet Congs and so forth. She wouldn't have the type of sensitivity to understand when the baby's saying that, Mom, I'm hurting. She is saying, you could go through that. Come on, let's go. And she can expose those kids to unnecessary harm. I mean, women probably instinctively know when a newborn babe. I've seen it in hospitals. The husband's a construction worker. They're saying, be careful holding this child. You know, y'all men just hold things hard. You got to hold it tender because you could hurt the child. Child crying and, you know, what's going on? You're holding the child too hard. So when women are lifting weights and working construction and fighting like this and shooting guns and doing all, going to war and all this kind of stuff, how are they going to hold the baby? So there's no tenderness for the baby. She's not going to be able to tolerate the other things that other women who have a different cultural experience or acculturation will be able to do. And, the race is going to suffer. I mean, the Second World War, the Allies think they won it and so on. But in real terms, did anybody win it? Because look what happened. The women had to go to work because the men went to battle. The women stayed out in work. And today, look what we have in. The working hard, the drinking, the dying earlier. They're having all the problems that men used to have only. They used to say, maybe because of the women, menstrual cycle and the estrogen, they're not frustrated like men and they could handle stress and whatever. Yeah, but now they're going out to work and they're smoking and drinking and doing drugs and all that. They're dropping like flies just like men. And it's not the best thing for civilization because they're out doing all this stuff. not taking the precautions that they ought to take during conception. In fact, they're doing things that get up to conception. Because you see, when you consider the child's health, you have to look at the parents first of all. You got to look at their lifestyles. Are they following the rules of health and living right? Father and mother, if they were, then the child stands a chance of having a better potential. And then during pregnancy, the mom takes care, rests a lot, take her vitamins, take her calcium, do everything like that. This child will come out with a robust constitution. Because when she's working out there and using up her energy, she's competing with this fetus for the available energy. Now, there are women who don't use milk when they're having babies. And what's happened? They lose the teeth. Because calcium that should have gone for their teeth is being diverted to the baby because he's developing bones and teeth and so on. I'm not sure if I could say that there's a reverse thing that's happening where their calcium in the teeth is being, taken down, sort of digested to feed the baby. I can't go there. But some way, somehow, the baby needs a certain amount of calcium minimum, and he's going to get it. If it's not sufficient, then I'm not sure if he's going to have the type of skeletal development that you ought to have. So he could be maybe born with, shorter limbs or some kind of funny stuff. I know big doctor, so I ain't gonna waste time going into all that. But you know what I'm saying? So we shouldn't have these women fighting like this. We should have women, working together, because really and truly, they're the ones that are rearing both boys and girls, and depending on what they do, it will determine the type of citizens and we can have in the world. And we see today where men and women are going to war and they're coming back like basket cakes. And I'm not sure if people say that in World War One and Two they had a lot of things, but they weren't taking it serious and this and that and complaints. But I want to say that those people were stronger than these generation here, because the moms were at home, nurture them, give them the breast to suck until to wean them 2 years, whatever. These days, them girls just give them for a week and then put them on a butt because they're at work and whatever. Some try to fake it by, doing that. And I'm not trying to put no guilt trip on women. No, I'm just saying that. I mean, what can you say? This is the role, man. You understand? I mean, women tell me that you don't always make a baby. You should make the babies. Well, no. I mean, just her mom hadn't probably acculturated her correct. She's supposed to be able to take it. This is what your role is, and just be happy and a man can never do that. She don't want to take on man's role, going to kill and going out and work even when you're feeling sick, even when you're feeling sick and all this dying and all this, you're feeling well, you got to go to work still because you got to get the bacon to pay the rent and the food and the whole 9 yards, and she to go and spend it up as she wants and go on, I'm feeling depressed, I'm going to go and spend this money up, you know what I mean? So, way back in World War and II and Vietnam, their parents were at home and the community was one. It wasn't that stressful. They had a good, gestation period. The whole pregnancy, it was done right amount of rest, right amount of calcium. Milk was cheap, everything was good, and they come out strong. And then mom is there to look over them and help them, when they fall down, pick them up and kiss them and say, son, it's gonna be okay. The girls, you have to do it extraordinary. You got to say, "Oh, sweetie, come in," and because you don't want her to develop toughness, because she is the one who has to be tender with babies, and the fella don't expect somebody to be roughing it with him in bed. I mean, the men that you could go in bed with and do that, but with a woman, you expect she's to be tender and she's gonna be holding you, light, and you're gonna hold her. She's gonna feel good with your grasp, firm grasp, and you won't feel good with her little light grasp. You know what I mean? All right. So we don't understand this calculus here with what we letting these women, get into all kind of stupid stuff. And you see, the funny thing is this, that as men and women, we have to be able to defend ourselves. You have to be able to see if somebody's really about your interest. And there are women that come out there and talk with, burn the bra, I'm not going to be barefoot and pregnant. You got to find out who these women are. Maybe they're not real women. Maybe they're devils that materialize and looking like women and carrying on like that, right? Maybe there might be women who are committed to Satanism. They're not traditional women who are interested in the womanhood growing and so on. Because with all this stuff that women doing today, I'm not sure if they're happier or more fulfilled than the older generation. And mind you, the older generation also of women have played a role in this because the husbands, I don't know, man. The husbands either treating them bad or whatever, use them up, and when they get old and ropey, take on some little young girl and go on and making some more babies over there. And then, she was all the struggling. She said, girls, make sure you get a career. Don't let no man do you this. You know what I mean? It should have been that we had a law system like in the Middle East where this guy who do that, we just do him something hard, get rid of him, because look what he has done, or those men have done, created a change in women, a revolution, and now we can't get along with them. Society is about to collapse because they're making kids that are kind of just basket cakes straight up. You know what I mean? So watch it carefully with all these things we're doing. These women got them boxing and fighting one another. Just know they don't want to fight with men. I know when that will come yet, but this woman gonna feel that she's so good. Look how I could box with men. I can't rule out it's not gonna happen. Officially they're gonna be boxing, heavyweight woman, heavyweight man, boxing in the ring. Oh Lord, that gonna be so ugly. It ain't funny. I mean, I shudder to think that we can ever come to that, and perhaps we shouldn't, and we might not. But hey, you never know. The world is becoming so warped and everything that you never know what's gonna go on. Okay, because I mean, we shouldn't be fighting at all. Domestic violence is something else, and women are sometimes the ones leading out in domestic violence. Now these two girls are fighting here. You married her and you tell her something wrong, she might try to punch you, but you duck or you take her punch, you come back and you hit her straight across her head, bam, and she fall down. She's gonna call 911 and they're gonna charge you with domestic violence. So today both people are part of the game. Long ago a woman would understand that when this man is angry, and now not the man only has a mental anger, but he's also under some influence of alcohol, nicotine, or some crack, cocaine, or weed, or something. All right. When the guy talking funny, you just say, "Yeah, no problem. It's okay. Yeah, that's right." But it's in your prerogative to do that. You're the queen of the home or the king of the home. It's your home. You could direct things. You could make him wear what you want him to wear. You put out your iron these, and you put out and says, husband, this you look so pretty in that. No, don't let them ladies give you no eye, man. You're my man, And it's like, yeah, but that's what you wanted him to wear. We want him to eat. He's gonna eat. You control the home, but you don't have to make it obvious that I'm the boss here and you're gonna follow what I say. No, you got to go that route. Just say, yeah, you're right. I never think about that. That's good. And it's not going to be something obvious as don't go on next door with those men over there or those women and men over there because they ain't nothing good. And when you go on to work, you're going to do that because you're going to find out eventually you're going to end up walking the street, you're going to end up drugged out, hooked on drugs, and you're going to know. And you're going to leave you and just go along. Right? But I'm talking about things like something that, is not important. Maybe he's just upset or he just has some little fantasy. I don't have an illustration, sorry, this time, but he said, yeah, that's cool. We're gonna take all this money we have and we're gonna go on a trip to France. And basically you have all kind of stuff to come. Them kids got to go to school and this and that. So you say, oh honey, I'll just enjoy that. Yes, France, here we come. And you're just gonna live in life as usual. The money ain't right. He's never gonna ever come around to go to France because the money ain't right and everything. But you're not gonna go and spend out just for so. But you're taking care of business, women have a lot of leverage and leeway, and women's role, man. If women understand, they could. When the guy is a president, everybody's saying, "Look at that man." You're the background saying that. I remember when he couldn't even had to put his mouth onto the breast. I remember when he was, pooping on himself. I had to clean him. Look at him today. I'm so glad that I did for this. Look what he's doing for the world. You know what I mean? There are so many ways that women were having fun, but they're fighting men out there now. And what's happening is that with the culture still continues from the vagina straight to her chest. The man sometimes don't see the baby for hours, so the baby imprint on her, and all he's seeing is her. Mom face, mom milk, mom hug, mom this and that. So guess what? The father's not important. You would come and say, you don't even help me these babies. Well, why not let me know when you're making the baby, and instead of putting the baby in you first, put it on me. I just trying to be funny. I don't take that serious. But so what I'm trying to say is that she working and she doing all this. Guess what? When she come home, she does more work equally hard. When they come home, guess who they call? Mom, 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 mom. They don't want to see dad because that is not what they want. They're hurting, and there's only mom could soothe that harm. Even the husband too call him mom. He's hurting too. He needs you. You see what I'm saying? So women don't understand how indispensable they are and how important they are and how special. And just going on specializing. For example, when I was growing up, you see a woman in the corner, you say, hello, and you're really excited about this woman. You really love this woman, and that's the way you were showing how you're fascinated by her. Then women now come and tell you, don't whistle at me, I ain't no bird. And who started that? Some Satanist, some evil woman, some woman who might not have been a real woman, might have been some devil that materialized as a woman or something, and or some woman who's kind of just onto food, which is an evil person. All right. She started that and all the women. So now what the guys doing, instead of whistling and saying and getting excited about her, say, hey bitch, come here. You're so damn ugly, damn arse bitch, whatever, you know. And she's saying, oh, here my man called me. I remember in Michigan in '95. This woman, this white girl saying, you know, the men when they go to work, they just want the bitch stay at home. And when they come home, the bitch this and this. And I mean, she's calling herself a bitch and she's accepting the nomenclature or the name of bitch. You know, whereas previously when you used to whistle for them and used to show your endearment in an exciting way, you're just going off your mind to please her and whatever, you never used to call them bitch like that. But they would say, don't whistle to me, don't whistle like me, that me. And I suspect that the same women who say don't whistle to me like that will say, I ain't your bitch, or don't call me no bitch. But I mean, I don't know what to say. But bottom line is this, man. Let me look carefully what we're doing with our daughters and our women, man. Because, you know, we're going to make it hard for ourselves. Because they're going to train up girls just as how they see it. Get you a degree, get you a black belt, get you a gun, get you, you know, an attorney, and get them hell. Well, there ain't going to be no peace in the home. She isn't going to be happy because she's going to be making kids with all them boys. Or maybe she won't have none. But then we're going to suffer. We don't have enough kids in the society. We don't have enough people paying into that social security. You know, I mean, it's so complex. All right, so be careful how we putting these women into something else that they weren't made for, and it's not compatible with womanhood and all that stuff, because it can come back and hurt all of us. Hello.